Hi guys, and welcome to this week's ALAKAZAM Live. I'm joined by our co-host, Mr. Wayne Goodman. Mr. G.
Hello.
Happy birthday for yesterday, Mr. Goodman.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Looking young.
Yeah, another trip round the sun complete.
Yeah. And did you have a good day? I saw you were out and you watched Charlie's concert last night.
I did. It was amazing. It was amazing, and not just her band, but all the bands. Charlie's only been in the band a year, so some of those kids over there I've only known for a year, and I don't really know them. I just see them when they play. But seeing them, how much they've advanced over that year has been astounding. There's a girl over there who last year she was very, very quiet, and she was a singer, but she barely, you couldn't really hear her and stuff. Last night she was belting them out. There's a young lad. I said to his mum, is there any instrument he can't play? Because last night he did drums, guitar, bass, keyboard. Wow. He was on a violin. He's learning the saxophone. He's a year younger than Charlie, and I'm like, is there anything he can't do? Because he's just amazing, and he's only been in the band a few months longer than Charlie has.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing seeing, and everyone has said a lot about Charlie when she's been at the shop, etc. That in the last year she's really come out of herself a lot more. She's talking a lot more. She's more confident, and I think a lot of that comes down to that.
Yeah. Well,
so it was a good fun night. Yep, very much so. Yeah, it was a good night. It was all right. I didn't win the raffle though, but there you go.
What was the prize?
20 quid.
Wow, and you didn't win it?
20 quid. I didn't win it. My ex-wife won it.
And on your birthday?
I bet my birthday as well. I bet because you have to pick a number between 1 and 30. So I thought, well, it's my birthday today. It was the 17th, so I bet 17th. And 19 came up. So, but, it doesn't matter, does it? It's all part of the fun.
You're getting a bit of birthday love coming in on the chat. So we're all.
Oh, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. And I'm very happy because I got my new car today.
Yes, you do. After last week's chaos.
Yeah, for those who don't know, I got rear-ended last week. A car drove into the back of my car when I was waiting at a junction, and it's just been a bit of a chaotic weekend. And hire cars and insurance and all that rigmarole. I've never had an accident before, so it was a lot of stuff that I'd never had to deal with before. But I've got a car now. My friend Dan is driving it over to me. He's got off to a gig first, and he's heading over. So that should be here about 6 o'clock. So looking forward to getting that.
Nice.
It's all exciting. It's all happening.
So what's happening in the world of Wayne's Magic? What's been happening? What's the gossip?
Oh, I don't know. Let me just put my phone on silent because that's going on. There we go.
I'll tell you what, I've got a question for everyone. Who's booked tickets to see...
Unbelievable.
That's the one.
I know a couple of people have. I've had a few people message me saying, oh, do you know anything about the show? And I do know a little bit, but I'm not really supposed to say because I'm not supposed to. Not that I'm not supposed to know because it's on the line now, but I do know, yeah. But yeah, it looks very good. It looks. My friend Roman's involved in it, and or our friend Roman is involved in it.
Yeah.
We're out for dinner with him on Sunday, it's looking amazing. They're in Colchester, aren't they? First of all.
Yeah. We've booked tickets. We booked tickets when Darren first advertised it. We're going to see him in the West End. I think is it October he's in the West End?
Yeah, so they're in Colchester for a little while they do just fully work it out and performances and stuff, and then it moves to the West End and it'll be there for at least a year, from what I've been told.
Dan said he's got tickets at the Mercury. Is the Mercury Colchester?
Probably, yeah, because when he goes to London, it's staying in one venue.
Yeah.
It's at one venue, so it looks really interesting. The trailer looks good, and Darren shared a little video of them rehearsing backstage on social media a few weeks back, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. And Penn and Teller popped in and saw them, and Roman was telling me that in the next studio next to where they were rehearsing the Stranger Things stage show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but like their show was all closed off and very secretive, so was the Stranger Things
Yeah.
one. So they didn't get to go in and see any of the sets or anything like that. But yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good. Looking forward to it. We need more magic at the theatre, I think.
Yes.
And we need to
Yeah, and you know
support
what?
it.
There are a few guys out there who are, touring and do. I know that young Killian's touring at the moment,
With
and he's got a few
Ryland.
guest stars with Ryland. I was about to say Ryland's on the show,
Yeah.
and Richard Jones.
Yeah.
He's pretty much constantly touring at the moment. And there's a few other people. There's always a few people. I mean, even my friend went and saw Tim Vine the other night, and John Archer was on the show with him. And it's all. Yeah, it's all what's it called? There's plenty of things out there on the circuit.
Yeah.
You might have to do a little bit of hunting for them. Type in and see what's coming or see what's locally and look at different venues. But there's plenty of people. Yeah, it would be good to support it. And yeah, live performance is always so much more superior than TV and things like that. It's always best to see them live. You get to see extra bits and things that don't normally happen, and and bits they drop in because they want to try something out, and you might get something completely new or different from what anybody else is witnessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's always worth having a look.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. So I've got a few trailers, few things to talk about this week as well. If anyone has got any magic chat they want to talk about or want to discuss, drop it into either the Facebook or the YouTube comments. And we will get onto it. Hang on one second, got a question. Dave said he bought Infallible by Mark Elston on eBay, but it didn't come with a deck.
That you didn't buy Infallible.
Sorry?
That you didn't buy Infallible. You
Yeah,
got the packaging.
Infallible, you bought the packaging. So I presume, Dave, unfortunately, it's a rip-off one. But you could use a double deck. I'm trying to think of what Infallible was now because we released it, but oh no. Oh, you might have a look for a blank field deck. I'm trying to remember the exact setup of Infallible, but have a look for a blank field deck. But I think there was a bit more going on than that, if I'm honest with you. Someone's saying I'm a little bit low. I'm going to turn myself up. Hopefully I'm a little bit louder now. Yeah, so yeah, maybe blank field deck. I can't remember.
If they bought it off eBay, if you bought it off eBay, do you say eBay you bought it off?
Yeah.
I would contact the seller and say that there's not, it's not complete, because
they shouldn't be selling the instructions.
No, yes, it's just
anyway.
Yeah, they shouldn't be. And B, if they're selling on the trick because they don't use it or don't want it, etc., it should come with the trick.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so anyway, let's take a look at this. What on earth is that? Oh yes, that. Okay, I've got a few trailers to play, and the first one I'm going to play is this, and then we can have a little chat about it, Wayne.
Let's have a look.
Emma, pleased to meet you.
Hello.
I'm Martin. I've got something to tell you, Emma. I'm actually the world's heads or tails champion. Did you know that?
No.
Oh yeah, I've just come back from Turkey, won the championships. I know it was Turkey actually, it wasn't Turkey. Do you know what? I'm going to demonstrate how good I am at it. Some people say it's skill, some people say it's luck. I like to think it's a mixture of both. We've got a card here, I'm just going to put that to one side for the moment. And we've got coasters here, and they've got heads on one side and tails on the other side. What I like to do, just mix them up to start with, just turn them over as many times as you want to, just to see they're all different.
Yep.
Wow, that was very fun, wasn't it? So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to turn around and work out which one you put this question mark on in a minute. It could be heads or tails. So when I turn around, I want you to turn any one of those coasters over for me. Any one you want to.
Okay.
And just turn another one over for me.
Yep.
And this time, turn 2 over together.
Yep.
And take the question mark and place it on any cards you want to. Make sure I can't see any of the coaster underneath.
Yep.
Is
done.
it safe to turn round?
Yep.
Now, Emma, I get this right 50% of the time. You either put it on a head or a towel. I'm thinking, are you a head or a towel person? So I'm going to try and read your body languages. Is it heads or is it towels? You're looking quite low there. So I think you've put it on a towel. And if I move this away, you've got a towel. That might have been luck, mightn't it? But I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do it again. I'm going to turn round. Turn over anyone you want to.
Yep.
Turn any 2 over you want to.
Yep.
Turn another 2 over.
Yep.
And just turn any 1 over you want to.
Yep.
Take the question mark and place it on any coaster you want to. Let's see if I can get 2 out of 2. Is it safe to turn round?
Safe.
Emma?
Yeah.
Safe. Now I'm thinking, are you a creature of habit? Do you go for the same one twice or do you go for a different one? I think you're not a creature of habit. So if I got this right, I'm thinking you've put it on a towel and I've moved that away. I've got a towel. Now, I've never done 3 out of 3 before, I will be honest. In the championship, you only do like 2 at a time and you sort of go to the next level. But I'm going to try and take it to the next level just for you. Okay, I'm going to turn around. Turn anyone you want to over.
Yep.
Turn any 2 over.
Yep.
Turn any 1 over.
Yep.
Turn any 2 over.
Yep.
Turn any 1 over.
Yep.
And just place it on anyone you want to. The question mark, place it on anyone you want to.
Yep. Done.
Safe to turn around.
Yep.
Now, I'll have a little wager here, see. If I get this wrong, you get to win all the money in my wallet. But if I get it right, you have to buy me a drink. How about that?
Okay.
Would that be fair?
Yep.
Actually, the work's been done for me because look, if I open my wallet here, there's no money in there. I've got kids, you see. That's what it is. But there is a business card in there. And if you take out the business card, I had a dream about you early before. Did you know that? Turn over the business card and see what it says.
Your final choice will be towels.
And if you move that away, Emma, we've actually hit 3 out of 3. That's why I'm the world champion. Thank you so much, Emma.
I'll tell you what, I am loving doing that in the shop.
I love it. It's great.
Last week when you were in, we had 2 of our customers, Rob, who works in Houdini's, and Alec. And I did it on them 2, and their jaws were just down here. It's
They were like,
such a great trick. And the great thing is when you know the method, which is super simple, and I will say there are no hidden marks you're looking for or anything else, but as soon as you know the method, you can do this with change out of your pocket as well. So once you know the method, you could perform it if you're in, let's say, McDonald's, you get one of those little sauce pots. They move the coins over, cover up any coin. You can tell them whether it's heads or tails. It's so neat. It's really good. Really good.
easy to do, commercial, easy to understand for the spectators. You know, it's portrayed as a game. Yeah, I love it.
The other thing is as well, we've had the box designed so it doesn't look like a magic trick. So if you want, you can actually carry everything in this box. It looks like something that you would pick up in somewhere like Hawkins Bazaar. There's no reference to AlakazamMagicUK Magic or Magic Trick or anything else. It's bar bet games, heads or tails. Then there's a bit of history about flipping a coin on the back. Yeah, it's really, really good. And the coasters themselves are great. The quality is superb. So you got those, they look like jumbo coins.
But it's not called heads or tails on the site, though, is it?
No, it's called beer money on the site, so they can't even Google it.
Yeah, if they do go onto a magic site and type heads or tails, it's not going to come up, which they're not going to do. But yeah.
So they're in stock now. It's a great effect. If you come down to the shop, ask me to dem it, or see me at a convention. If I've got them with me, ask them to dem it. It's phenomenal. It's great. Sorry, Wayne, what were you saying? I just want to say as well, Sandy, really sorry I missed you, mate. I think Harry was on holiday when you came down, and I was away editing, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, Wayne, go on.
That's all right. And I wasn't there either that week. Otherwise,
No.
he'd have had the den boy on the stand. It's great for the pub. It's great for the pub. It's great for everywhere, really. I love beer money, and it's so simple, and it looks very fair and honest, doesn't it? It's just a nice, we're going to play a game. Boom, and it's a bar betcha magic. It's probably one of the best blurring the lines between bar betcha and magic that I've seen in a long time. Anyway, I was going to ask how's things down at HQ. Much happening?
Sorry, mate.
I was saying, how are things down at HQ?
Yeah, do you know what? Everything's really good. It's quite busy at the moment because we're getting stuff ready. We've got obviously another live launch happening next week, I think. End of next week.
Let me have a quick check. I think it is.
I think it's next Thursday, I believe.
So
that's a date for everyone. Yeah, that's a date for everyone's diary. It's another Craig Petty effect, but it's sort of different for Craig, I think.
Yeah, it's a lovely effect.
And it's more of a utility than one effect as well.
That's what I said to you, didn't I? When you showed me the trailer, and I said, "Wow, it really." It enhances the effect that he was doing with it, and makes it seem a lot more honest. When you watch the trailer, that will make more sense. But yeah, it's a lovely effect, and it's typical of Craig. It comes round full of ideas and presentational ideas and things. And how long is the trailer? We talk about this a lot, don't we?
I think the trailer's like 14 minutes long, but it's a whole close-up. It's a 14-minute close-up set using just this. And it's not just one, when you watch that set, it's not one trick going on for 14 minutes. It's 3 separate routines that just flow. It's really nice. Really, really good. And you could do a 15-minute, you could do a 20-minute close-up set with just these. And a pen and a bit of paper and, whatever else you want to do.
While you're having a look at that, I was just going to mention that I've had a lot of people asking me questions about the Newmarket Day. There is now an event page on Facebook. So if you don't know about this, I'm running a day in November in Newmarket. It's a free magic day, like a magic jam. Everyone's going to come along. We just session all day. It's really, really good fun. My daughter's band is going to play in the evening before the main show. We've got a little show in the evening that's like an open mic where anybody can get up and perform if they'd like to. And it's very, very friendly. It's a very great little group, and a few people have been asking me questions about it, so I've set up a page on Facebook. It's an event page, so if you search for Newmarket Magic Day, you should find it, or drop me a message and I'll add you to it, and all the details go on there. Now, we are restricting it to only 45 people because the room we have is very, very small, but if you want to come along, drop me a message and I'll add you to the group or the event.
Brilliant.
Nice and easy.
It's going to be a great day. Going to be a great day. I heard loads of good things from last year's.
Some people come for the Friday and stay over. Some people come and stay on the Saturday as well until the Sunday. And we meet for breakfast both days. We go out for dinner on the Friday night. We just find a restaurant that can accommodate however many of us there are, and we go and get some food. This year I want to take everyone to a little place called Humburger, HMM Burger. And they are, do you know what? It's one of those burger places. It's all gourmet burgers and stuff, but it's not expensive, and the burgers are amazing. So Roman and Charlie and I went there on Sunday night for dinner, and it was just so nice. It was like, really, really nice. The burgers are great, the chips are great, and I don't think I've ever properly finished one of their burgers. You know, you can't, you know, just, it's a bit like Five Guys. You're kind of going,
Yeah.
oh, I'm stuffed now, I'm stuffed. So, yeah, it's really, really
But
good.
we always manage to finish a Five Guys.
Well, we do, yeah. I mean, you know, because out of respect, you kind of like, you got to, yeah, I do like the Five. We've got Five Guys opening up here as well. So it's about
Nice.
6 miles out of the town, which is good because it means I can't just go there. It's got to be a trip to get to it. But yeah, can't wait. Oh, yeah, and the chips, their chips are always great as well. So yeah, PM me, etc., and I'll add you to the event page. And if you can make it, we'll ask you to confirm. There's no cost. You just pay for yourself to come along. You pay for your own food and drinks, obviously, and you have and a day of jamming magic. I take care of the venue. And when we do a show, it's a good fun day. You bring the family if you want to. Craig brings his whole family along, so not only him and Ryland, but Thea and Sarah come along as well. Other people brought their kids along, and if you don't, you know, if your other half or they don't want to hang around the magic bit, Cambridge is only 10 miles one way. Bury St Edmunds, a nice country town, is only 10 miles the other way, so you can go off and see a bit of the area and come back and join us for the show in the evening. It's very informal. It's just a nice little day or weekend or whatever you want to make of it. I can't wait.
Brilliant. Right, so I'm going to drop another trailer, and this is a product that I first saw on Kickstarter. I backed it straight away the moment I saw it because I loved the effect, and when I saw the quality of this prop and what it looked like, I thought, do you know what, that's something I could actually use in like a really nice parlour setting or something like that. So let's take a look at this.
What you're about to see is impossible, okay? I've got a tube here with a hole all the way through the middle. You can see it there. And we've got some coins. Now, obviously, the coins are small enough so they fit all the way through the tube and come out the other side. Now, the tube breaks apart into two pieces with magnets on this side to keep them attached. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a solid piece of card in between the two parts of the tube, essentially blocking the passageway all the way through. And for this, we need 3 coins. 3 American coins, 1, 2, and 3. What's going to happen is they're going to pass somehow through the solid piece of card. Come in closer, you can see they're trapped by the card, okay? They're absolutely trapped. But this is what blows my mind, all right? 1, 2, 3. The power of the snap, all right? People don't believe it, but it's real. All I have to do is snap my fingers just like that, and 1 coin. Only 1 coin should melt all the way through the piece of card. It's really cool. We'll do it again. Look, 2 coins. 1, 2. 1 snap just like this. And of course, it will melt all the way through the piece of paper again. It's honestly so baffling. Now, the last one, you know what's going to happen this time. Look, 1, 2 coins. Nothing happens yet until I snap. Check this out. I'll take it like this. I'll throw and a snap. And that should be enough time to make it fall through the card. And of course, you can check out everything. It's unbelievable.
Do you know what? It is unbelievable and it's so beautiful. So I've got Grandmother's Miracle, which I've got here. And I'm not going to keep going on about it, but for my birthday, I'll put it back through there now. I got the Barabelle vase. Did I put it through there? Or is it here? Oh, it's here. I got the Barabelle vase, and the Barabelle vase is beautiful. And all the TC. I mean, if you don't have the app, you won't know about this. But last week, Peter and I did a very special little show on the app, and we looked at a load of the TCC stuff, and they're all just stunning. They're so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing here is beautiful. I have already built this into the little parlour set that I'm writing. It just looks lovely. It's solid brass covered in wood. It looks like a beautiful piece. Whatever it is, it just looks lovely, and it will look lovely on a table when you're doing it instead of the. I always like coin squeeze, the little brass version, but it is just one of those ones. All right, I used to say they were 2 sort of plumbing washers and everything else, but something like this just looks interesting. you know, and it looks old as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you
It
don't
has a
really
real
get,
feel about it.
yeah, you don't really get things of this quality sort of made in this day and age, you know. It's got that feeling of you picked it up 50 years ago or 100 years ago or something like that. It's really,
If you
really
said
nice.
if you said that this was something that belonged to your grandparents and it was left to you, and you didn't really understand what it was for, and then you found out that the coins went through and stuff, it's fully believable because it looks like it's very old. It feels like it's, you know, it's a special object. It's not special as in unusual, but special as in something that's worth a lot of money. You know, it's really well crafted. I love the magnetic aspect of it.
Yeah.
It's fully examinable. I love that the magnets hold it together, because before, with the old one, you'd put a card there and the card would be destroyed, or the note would be destroyed, because it had to pierce through to hold it in place. With the magnets, it puts on there, it goes on top. Afterwards, everything could be examined. You know, it's so lovely. It's such a great way of modernising it, but also keeping its aesthetic charm that it's older as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on my list for future to get. Like I say, I've got Parallel and I've got Grandmother's Miracle. But yeah, that's definitely got a place on the thing as well.
Yeah, no, it's really nice, and we haven't got many of those left. They've been selling very well today since Harry put that video up. I think the video went up at 9 o'clock, and now we've only got like 4 left or something. But it's beautiful. Gets my highest recommendation. If you like that sort of effect, you are certainly not going to be disappointed in the prop. And TCC, when they first started, a lot of what they were bringing out was quite cheap. Now it seems to be a little more expensive, but when you look at the quality of it, there's no one else makes a coin tunnel as good a quality as this.
That's the best coin tunnel on the market.
Yeah,
that's the best one on the market. Yeah.
And it is even though an amateur can do that effect or a beginner can do it, it's a professional piece of kit that anyone would feel proud to use in their performance. You know, it's a lovely piece of kit. Couple of things coming in. Chris has said, a couple of things Chris has said actually. You could say they're luxury napkin rings. We did say that on our live last week. Yeah. He also said you've got candy prediction in. We're going to be speaking about that in a moment. They've just turned up today. I think we got maybe 12 in and we got 4 left. So, but this is great. Wow. We're going to speak about that in a moment. And Mike Tyson by TKO says, Peter, we need to slow down H's demos on social media. It's costing me a fortune. He's just placed an order for 2 items that Harry put up today, I think. Yeah, so, I mean, Harry's smashing it on social media. So, guys, if you don't follow us on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, make sure you do, because Harry puts up a new video every single day. Either Harry, myself, or Andy. Usually Harry, but sometimes me and Andy will show our ugly heads, and we will put something up there. So I'll tell you what, shall we have a look at this sweetie jar?
Yeah.
The candy prediction, and then we'll have a little talk about it.
Yeah.
¿Cuántos caramelos diríais que hay dentro de este bote? Y os doy una pista, hay menos de 10.000. Y lo sé porque ya me he comido algunos, ¿eh? Esto pesa muchísimo, pero hay menos de 10.000. Hay un montón de caramelos. ¿Cuántos diríais que hay? ¿Sabéis? Hay una curiosidad matemática, y es que si yo os diera este bote a cada uno de vosotros y cada uno de vosotros dijera el número de caramelos que cree que hay, si sumamos todos esos números y los dividimos entre el número de personas que han dicho números, por ejemplo, si 100 personas dicen cuántos hay, sumamos todos esos números y lo dividimos entre 100, el número resultante es exactamente el número de caramelos que hay dentro del bote. Es increíble, pero es real, es una curiosidad matemática. Hoy no da tiempo a que contemos 100 personas y hagamos la división y todo, así que lo vamos a hacer mucho más rápido y mucho más directo, que es con una estimación directa. Si yo, por ejemplo, te preguntara a ti, por ejemplo, si yo te preguntara cuántos miles Son miles. ¿Cuántos miles de caramelos crees que hay dentro? Solo miles, solo los millares. Por ejemplo, 1000, 2000, 3000. ¿Cuántos dirías que hay? 7000. 7000, pues lo apuntamos aquí. 7000. 7. Señala a otra persona, quien tú quieras. Por allí. 7000. ¿Cuántas centenas? ¿Cuántos cientos? ¿7100? ¿7200? ¿Cuántos cientos? 900, 7900. Madre mía, qué optimistas, qué ganas de caramelos que tenéis. 7900. Señala a una tercera persona, a quien tú quieras. ¿Por allí? 7900, ¿cuántas decenas? Pueden ser 7910, 7950. ¿Cuántas dirías? 7940. Aquí lo apunto. Muy bien, 7940. Y nos falta un último número. Señala a una última persona por allí. Sí, tú tienes la responsabilidad de la decisión final. 7942. Muy bien. 7942. Ahí lo apunto para que lo veáis todos bien. Pues enhorabuena, efectivamente, hay 7942 caramelos dentro del bote. Bueno, tenéis que creéroslo. O eso, o nos ponemos a contarlos uno a uno entre todos. Si repartimos, salimos a unos pocos y luego sumamos. O hay una forma más fácil. Y es que mi mujer me los tiene controlados, porque solo me deja comerme uno al día. Así que mira, voy a poner este número aquí para que todo el mundo lo vea. 7942. Fijaos que no tengo nada en las manos y mi mujer los tiene todos apuntados para controlar que no me como ninguno de más. Lo tiene dentro del bote, apuntado en un papel. Quiero que veáis que dentro de este bote, aquí justo debajo de la tapa, hay un papel que voy a desdoblar para mostraros que hay efectivamente 7.942 caramelos. ¡Wow! ¡Wow! ¡Increíble! ¡Increíble! Y este me lo he ganado.
Very nice.
It's great. Let me bring it up. I've got one sitting there right on the table. Look at that beauty.
It makes perfect sense. It's such a beautiful concept. Yeah, I really like it. It's beautiful. Look at that.
Full of jelly beans. And they are real jelly beans. They've been sitting in there for a while, so I'm not sure I'd eat them all. But yeah, it's such a great effect. This is the same effect that Killian done on BGT as well. He done it on Simon Cowell's desk.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And I know I was speaking to Craig months ago, and Craig says that Rylan closes his show with this, I think.
Rylan got a standing ovation at Newmarket with it.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So,
Brilliant.
yeah.
Now you can either run it with an assistant or you can run it as a one man. It really depends. Obviously, there's different ways of doing it, but it's a beautiful concept. And the writing, I believe, on the piece of paper can appear to be block printed as it was there, or it can appear to be sort of in a handwritten font as well, I believe. So they've only just turned up this morning. So
You know, I think I would do it. I think I would do it. I'd be off by one, and then go. Oh, and then go. You said 7,942, and it says 7,590. Oh, I can sort this out and take one off and eat it.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And just lift right, and there we are. Now it's correct.
yeah,
I think that would have a nice, you know, because then you're showing that. I know he ate it at the end, but you're showing that they're real sweets. You know, and there you go. There we go. Thank you very much. I think that would be my way. But yeah, I love it. I think it's very, very cool and very, very magical.
yeah. I used to perform something similar to this. It wasn't using this method. It was using another method. And it was actually a method taken from the Connected DVD of Paul Stockman. Which is a solid method, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a lot nicer, and you know, you're nowhere near it. They can take the lid off themselves and everything. But I used to like the line. I used to basically say, when they come up with a number, and I say, do you know what? I don't know how you did it, but there are exactly 7,195 things in there, and everyone would sort of not believe you, and you say, look, I'll prove it to you, we're going to count them together. And then you just let that sink in for a moment, how long you're going to be on stage. And you go, don't worry, I spent yesterday counting them all, and I've actually written it down on a bit of paper, boom, and it's there. It's such a lovely effect, such a lovely effect.
Yeah, lovely, really nice.
So I think we've only got about 4 or 5 left of those in stock at the moment, but they are great. It is an investment, but it's a beautiful piece. It's strong enough to be a closer. It's strong enough just for a hobbyist to have in the house as well, for when people come round and they look at it and you go, oh no, just take a guess. We have a little quiz going on, see who can get closest or whatever. You know, or I'm going to transmit a number to you.
Do you know what I would do? I'd have 2 of them, like that one and another one just for the sweets.
Yeah.
And I, like yesterday, I did or 2 days ago, so I did like a summer fete, and I'd have it on top and do the trick, and then give away the other one as a prize. Because what's a pot of sweets going to cost? A few quid.
Yeah.
But you give it away as a prize. You can keep that. You know, so you do. This has been here. It's a guess number of sweets in the jar. I'm actually going to tell you right now. We're going to do it as a little. I've actually done a little prediction here. Present the effect. Do it. Boom, 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 and then have somebody draw it out and they win the prize.
Yeah. Well, it's they're really good. They're in stock now. I think if we've got any left, Harry's going to be doing it on socials at some point soon. But yeah, it's a great effect. And it comes with everything, comes with all the sweets, ready to go, everything you need. Chris said, can you change the type of sweets? You can. There's no reason why you can't change the sweets, because they are real sweets in there. I think the nice thing about jelly beans is they're so small. The bigger the sweet you have in there, feasibly the less that can be in that jar. The thing with like little jelly beans is no one can estimate how many are in there. They're so small. But yeah, if you really wanted to, you could change the sweets. I don't think that's an issue at all. I would say make them colourful, but I wouldn't change the sweets. The only time I would change the sweets would be to change them to a fresh lot of jelly beans. Because I think jelly beans, they're colourful, they're small, and it looks like there's a hell of a lot in there, which there is.
Yeah. I think any other sweet is just going to be, it's not going to look as impressive.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Let me go and grab it. Let me go and grab it and we'll, oh no, I can bring it up here, hang on. Because you can actually see, like, just if we look at that, how many.
The colours as well, like you say, you know, it really makes it.
Yeah.
Even now, I think you'd be hard pressed to work out how many are just on view there on that side of it.
No, that's it. That's it. But, you know, there's nothing to stop you changing it if you've got a preference. But yeah, so that is the candy prediction. Yeah, rice. Yeah, Chris said, like, you know, right, you can. They're not fake in there. There is something going on in there, but the sweets themselves are not fake. So if you did want to, you know, put rice in there or whatever, yeah, there's nothing to stop you doing that. You might have to do a little bit of arts and crafts on the part of the gimmick, but when I say arts and crafts, it's nothing technical and it should only take about 10 minutes, and once you're set, you're set. But there's something in there that obviously camouflages the gimmick that you might have to do a little bit of work on. But if you were having rice in there, then it'll be super simple. You just put a bit of white paper around it.
Skittles would be a good one.
Yeah, Skittles would be great. Yeah, Skittles, anything sort of colourful, but rice would work. And obviously with rice, you're going to have tens of thousands, you know.
by Skittles, I mean the sweets, not the ones that you knock over with a bowling ball, because you wouldn't
Yeah, you
get
can
one
only
of
fit
those.
half of one of those in there.
I just looked on the site; it's a really good price as well. I mean, for what you're getting, and to have, like you say, it's a closer. I don't think I'd want to do anything after that. I think that's strong enough.
Yeah,
That's your end. That's your close there,
yeah,
or that's your set. If you're part of a bigger show and you want to get up and do one thing, you walk on and do that. You've got audience participation. You've got a great effect, and it's a killer. So
Do you know?
yeah, I
Do you
mean,
know what I like with effects like this that you're going to use as a closer? I love the idea of just having this sweet jar just on show. You get someone up to help you with an effect. Doesn't matter what that effect is, and as they're going back, they say, "Oh, before you go, just give me a number between 1 and 10." 6. Oh, okay, 6. You go and write it on a board. Boom. Get the next person up. Do whatever you're doing with them, mind reading, cards across, whatever. As they're going back, oh, sorry, can I have a number between 1 and 10? It can be 6, but it could be something different. 9. Oh, 9. Okay, bang. And then at the end of this, you've got this 4-digit number that they've created. They've got no idea why they've created them.
yeah.
And you say, now this is really, really interesting because, throughout the show, I've been having you all giving me numbers. And I said, do the first number that pops into your head. You don't know why it popped into your head, but that was a number that obviously seemed relevant at the time. It's been written up here on the board. Now, before I came out, this sweet jar has been sitting there from the beginning. No one's touched it. But there is an amount of sweets in it. What if I told you that the amount of sweets was exactly 6, 9, 5, 4, the numbers you gave me randomly as you were taking your seats? Boom, take it off, bang. I mean, what a closer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's been sort of a running thing throughout the show. I love it. I think it's a beautiful bit of kit. In all honesty, I think it's like 280 quid.
Yeah, just under 5, I think.
Yeah, which realistically, I think isn't a lot of money for an effect that is that strong.
So I stand corrected. It's 27999.
27999, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good price for what you're getting.
Yeah,
And from my point of view here, I could use that in my kids show. I can use it in my cabaret show. I can use it in my adults only show. I can use it any show that I want to. I can use it at weddings. I can do it wherever I want to for any kind of group. My old people show, because it's got that kind of appeal.
yeah. And the other thing is, actually, John Hayes says that's like how many jelly beans in the jar, which is exactly what it is. But do you remember when we used to go to the old school fates?
Yeah,
They used to do that, didn't they? You paid your 10p or whatever and you took a guess.
well, that's what I mean. I could have used that on Saturday and Sunday at the fete, because they had that kind of stuff going on there. It would have fitted in perfectly well.
Yeah. Yeah. And even at a kid's party, if you wanted to do something special for the birthday boy, you could say, oh, we got a present. If the parents are giving you a present, we got this great present for you, but you've got to be able to guess exactly how many jelly beans are in there.
Yeah.
And he gives you a number and you say, oh, I don't know how you did it. Show it, bang, brilliant trick, and he gets the gift. What a great way to do it. John Hayes just said it's nothing to do with this, but he said tricks with goldfish. Can you get in trouble with animal rights? I wouldn't do any tricks with animals, personally.
No.
Not goldfish or anything like that. Yeah, definitely not.
I always say if there's any trick, if you're looking at any trick, because you're doing a show, etc., and you're thinking, is this appropriate? Probably not. If you've got to ask yourself that question, it's probably best to, at some point. It's one of the reasons why I retired my gun trick.
And it's one of the reasons why I retired.
Yes. Yeah. I'm not going to do any gags. No, but it's one of the reasons I retired my gun trick, because it was getting harder and harder to perform it. I did gun trick for 28 years. It closed my show for 28 years. That's a long time to be doing something.
Yeah.
But I was doing shows at holiday parks and going, we don't want the gun trick. So, okay, that's fine. I'll drop it out. I've got other things I can do. And it was, and so that's the reason. And I think that if you're asking that question, I think you already know the answer. It's going to, you know the answer yourself, and it should be, yeah, you're going to get grief.
Yeah.
Especially in the world we are today, where people are looking for any reason to complain.
Yeah.
You know, if you give them a reason, oh, he used live animals in the show. You know, I've had a complaint only once. I had a complaint about using a live animal in my show, and it was Rocky Raccoon, and the adult thought it was a real animal, which was kind of testament to how good I was with it. You know, but yeah, they were like, I don't think he should be using live animals in the show.
Yeah. Especially not bashing their head against the table.
Bashing on the table. I gave it mouth to mouth. What more? But no, it was sort of like, you know, they if you open that door for them, they're going to go through it.
Cool. Right. So, did you have a trick you wanted to show us?
I've got a trick here I can do if you'd like me to do it.
Okay, I'm going to play one little video. This is only a short one, but I have had quite a few messages since we put this up on our socials saying, oh, if we own the trick, can you film this routine? So I'm gonna film it. I'm gonna film the explanations. I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, but I am gonna film the explanation. So if you own Cheeky by Craig Petty, I'm going to be filming my explanation to this routine and putting it in your accounts. There is something nice. There's a couple of nice subtleties that I'm going to include as well in the video. But let's take a look at this, and then we'll be back with Wayne doing a trick.
Ooh.
You heard of card controlling?
Yes.
So here's the thing, deck of cards. We'll actually demonstrate this, but I want you to use one of the picture cards so it really stands out. Shall we use the 4 jacks, queens or kings?
Let's go kings.
Kings?
Yes, please.
Good choice. We'll go through here. We'll just take out this king of diamonds. That will be the king of spades. There's a king of hearts. There's a king of clubs.
Lovely.
4 kings. And what we'll do is we're going to split, to demonstrate this, we're going to split the deck half face up, half face down.
Yeah.
I'm going to shuffle the cards together.
Yeah.
So the cards really are half face up,
Yeah.
half face down. You can see that, right?
That's a mess.
Half face up, half face down.
Yep.
Cool. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to place the kings into 4 different locations. So we've got a deck of cards, which is half face up, half face down. And the kings, as you can clearly see, are going into 4 different locations in the
Yes.
pack. Okay. My job is to keep track of these kings. In fact, all we need to do is just mix the cards face up, face down, face up, face down like that. And if I
Right.
snap my fingers and I've done this correctly, every single card now should sort itself out.
What?
Apart from the king of diamonds, the king of spades, the king of hearts, and of course the king of clubs. And that's the king of clubs, king of hearts, king of spades, king of diamonds.
Unbelievable.
Thank you very much,
Very
Lee.
nice done.
So I'm going to be filming the explanation to that. That will be in your accounts over the next couple of days, I should think. Right, a lot of people ask this as well. Let me just answer this of John. When we film the shorts, you cannot actually, if you put a link when we put the video up, the algorithms on YouTube and Facebook don't share it as much because they see it as an ad. So usually what Harry will do is he will put the name of the trick in the comments. So all you need to do is have a look at the comments and you should see a link to our website, to the trick, the name of the trick and everything else. But you'll find that a lot of people, unless it's a sponsored ad, don't have the link there because the algorithms then start working against you, which defeats the object. But that's the reason why. And we always see people saying, oh, you know, what's this trick called? But if you just have a look at the comments, you will see the name of the trick because Harry does put it on there. Right, so where are we going? Okay, Wayne, over to you. I'm going to bring you up full screen.
Oakley dokley. I had another trick that I was going to do, but I'll save that for next week. So I'm going to show you this. Now, I'm not going to be on the screen for most of this. I'm going to try and keep it all here. But this is one of my absolute favourite tricks. And I love it, I think, because it's something that's a bit different from what I normally do. I don't really do any comedy with this. In fact, I am looking for a bit of music for it. But you've got a number of items here. First of all, you've got a little tube. If I hold that there, you can see through there. So we have the tube, first of all. We also have a glass. And if I just place this here, we have 3 walnuts. And as you can see, they fit inside the glass. Now, the idea, this is very, very simple. I'm going to place the glass here. We have 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, let's see if we can do something here. So I'm going to cover the glass over there, and I'm going to take the first walnut, and if I just, you can hear that solid, I'm just going to place that into here and just give that little squeeze, and it's going to completely disappear. It doesn't completely disappear because it's actually inside the glass over here. So that's our first one. Now the second one is going to be, I'm going to try and do it a pretty similar way. I'm just going to roll it into my hand this time though. And when I roll it into my hand and squeeze it, it's going to vanish. And when it vanishes, hopefully that now also is inside the glass. So we've got 1 and we've got 2. So that's 2 glasses. Sorry, 2 walnuts, 1 glass. And we've got 1 more try. Now the last one, I'm going to try and do this a little tiny bit different if I can. So I've got 1 last walnut here. And as you can see, 2 walnuts inside the glass. Just 2 inside the glass. If that will go onto there. Now I can take this one here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to place it. Actually, I'm going to roll it between my hands. So let's roll it between the hands, and then just squeeze it like that until it's gone completely. And then when I lift up over here, we are back where we started with 1, 2, and 3. 3 glasses, 1 glass, 1, 2, and there we go.
Brilliant. Do you know what? You should try. I was actually doing it in my head while you were doing that. The nutcracker.
What's the nutcracker? What? That'd be a good bit of music for it.
Yeah.
I will.
I was doing it in my head as you were doing the moves. And you've got the moments where you can do the vanish and the appearance, you know.
That's a good idea.
So Chris said maybe put the QR codes over the shorts. We'll have a look at that, see if that is something that's possible. I mean, Harry just usually edits on his phone. That's the only thing. Right, got 1 more video to play, and because we're coming into the end of this week's live and I've got a meeting at 3:15. So let's play this one. This is a new effect come out by Mark Mason. So let's take a quick look at this.
So it's a chance to win up to $50,000 because it is one of these little scratcher cards here. And using this scratcher card, if I stack over it, it'll kind of look exactly like the King of Clubs.
That is crazy.
Was that the card you just picked? Okay. No, all I have to do is snap my fingers and I can actually change it into a little King of Clubs. Scratch is a super easy visual piece of magic. A card is selected, returned to the deck, and the deck is shuffled. You fail to find their card. From your pocket, you pull out a scratch-off card. Your chance to win $50,000. The scratch card is placed onto the deck, and in less than the blink of an eye, it changes into the selected card. You get a custom-made gimmick that's magnetic locking, and you can even toss it into the air. This, and I can actually change it into the King of Clubs.
What in the world?
It'll almost look kind of like the King of Clubs. It's a real-life visual effect. Thank you so much. Oh, we got it. Thank you very much. Boy.
So that is brand new from Mark Mason, or Mark Mason Presents. Chris just asked when will Solos be back in stock. I believe they're going to be back either today or tomorrow. So if you haven't filled in the remind me when it's in, go and do that, and you'll be the first to know when more stock arrives. Also, if you're a Mark Spellman fan, we were clearing out an area of the warehouse the other day, and we came across a Mark Spellman trick that hasn't been available for a while that everyone wants.
Which one? Is it?
I'm not saying.
Oh.
What I will say is if you've managed to work it out from what I've said and you're after one, find it on the website because it is on there, and enter your name into that remind me when back in stock box, because we found one box of them which was under everything else, and they will be going on the site in the next sort of 10 days. So if you've managed to, if you're the one that's been waiting for it, look it up on our website, put your name in the remind me box.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, one of the tricks that I get people on the chat always saying, "Oh, when's this coming back in? When's that coming back in?"
It is
this
that
is
one.
The one that's always asked for.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Can I just say that I like that scratch card effect. I think I'd do it differently. I think I'd go to someone and say, "I'm going to give you a chance to win £50,000. This is one of those scratch cards. You scratch it off, and underneath is the name of a card. If you can guess the name of the card, you might win it." And then they name the card, and you go, "Oh, sorry, I know, because they're taking a club. You're stuffed, aren't you?"
Yeah. Just make sure you got a few £50,000 on you, just so you're ready in case.
Yeah, it might cost you a few £100,000, but what a trick to do, though.
Try it out on me next week.
How was the magician? Oh, it was brilliant. Was he good? Yeah, I won 50k. What? Only cost us £500. Yeah, forget that idea. That's a bad idea.
So, guys, I think that is bringing us to the end of today's live. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's been good.
So, Wayne, any information we got to give them apart from the live launch that's happening next Thursday?
Don't forget to check out the deep dive this weekend. Will there be a deep dive?
Is there going to be a deep dive, or
Yeah,
there will be a deep dive this weekend? Also, if you didn't check out last week's deep dive, it was all about the destination box. I got to interview John Allen, so go and check that out. And also, have a look at our blogs as well. There's some really interesting content there. If you want interesting content, avoid mine. Go for Wayne's or Andy's. But there's some really good, there's some really good content on there. Really good content on the blogs. So go and check it out.
Do you know what? I might see tomorrow. I've got a bit of time tomorrow. I will see if I can do a blog post tomorrow that I'll put up because I don't have to write my newsletter because I've already done it.
You have already done it. Oh, you just reminded me. I've got to write mine.
I was going to say to you afterwards, don't forget. But yeah, what's it called? I've done mine already and sent it in early in the month. So I might do next month's newsletter, and while I'm at it, do a little blog post as well. So
Nice.
keep going on the blog post because yeah. And I'm just trying to think. Yeah, we've got live vlogs next week. We've got the deep dive. We've got the live on Tuesday. I don't think there's anything else.
And I don't think that we're going to be having a 2-week break from the lives starting the week after, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a week after.
Is it? Well, I might be here. What is that, Tuesday?
Look.
Just heard Candy Prediction are all sold.
There we go. The first.
Oh no, so we will have one. We'll have one on the 1st. But then we'll
So
have
it'll be the 8th and the 15th.
No, we'll have one on the 15th.
Oh, okay.
So we'll only miss the 8th. There you go. So that hasn't worked out too bad.
Well, what I was going to look at, I don't know if I can do it yet, but if I can, on the 8th, if I can go live through the AlakazamMagicUK Facebook page, so it won't be on YouTube. It'll just be on the Facebook page. If I can go live, I might just do maybe like a shorter one here, and maybe look at a few products and things, or show you some of the stuff I do in the dealer den. We'll just have a general chat with people. They can message the chat questions. So we'll see, but we'll let them know next week if that's possible or not. So you may see a couple of like 1 second lives happening, or like a couple of minute lives happening over the next couple of weeks while we try it out. So if you do see it, it's just me trying it out. But if we can get it going, yeah, I should be able to do it on the 8th. If not, yeah, there'll be a week off.
Yep, brilliant. A couple of things. John asked, do you need a sleeve for the scratch card? No, you don't. Tom Rolfs here. Hi, Tom. Dr. Moggs said, I love these lives. You guys are great. Thank you all very, very much. Paul Morley, yes, you're correct, mate. And that is it. That brings us to the end of this week's live. So that's it. I'm gonna try and do a couple of performances later on today. I'm gonna try and get another performance of Heads and Tails as well, or Beer Money, should we say. So I'm gonna try and get another performance of that. I'm gonna film the explanation for that cheeky routine. And there was something else I wanted to film as well, but I cannot remember what it is.
I'm hopefully filming today the explanation of the gag for the Comedy Card Set Volume 2.
Nice.
So I've got them in stock. I'm just waiting. I've just got to film the video, so I'm waiting to find out what time my car's coming. So I might have to do it tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully this should be ready by the end of the week.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. I do want to say as well, this month we've got a killer live launch. Next month we've got a killer live launch. What's that? That's August. We've got a killer launch all the way up until, I think we've got one the end of November, and then we've got one the beginning of December, I believe. So guys, you are in for so much good stuff.
Yeah.
I really can't wait. I really can't wait. Now, August's live launch is a relaunch of a product, but this product is like everything, all our faults about this product for the last 10 years or 15 years is in this box, including a version of the effect of mine that I have only shared with 3 people. One of them being that guy there who performed it the other day, actually, he told me.
Charlie. Charlie.
But this, I think, if you don't know what this effect is, it will blow your mind. Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Really, really can't wait to start sharing some of this new stuff with you guys.
It's hard to imagine, like, looking back over the last couple of years, every month having a live launch, but the quality of the material, I'm not going to say it's getting better, because I look back at those past ones and they were brilliant. They really were brilliant. But it's like as each month goes by, it's like top quality stuff that you could put into your show, you can take to the pub for your friends, whatever level you're at. You know, okay, some of them do require a bit more practice than others. Like the Mirage, you know, there are tricks there you can do straight away. There are tricks there that you're gonna have to practice and learn. And it's like the same with the tricks. There are so many different things, but the quality is always first class. And you know, it's just mind blowing when you look at what we've got coming out, and it's sort of like, you know, it's almost like you can't catch your breath. You're like, oh my god, another amazing, astounding effect. And you know, it's always first class. It's always top quality. And the ones we've got coming out soon are just amazing. The one that I think we're hoping for September, October, which I was quite heavily involved with, and I did the explanations for, has been a long time coming, and it's something that I'm really excited about, and just seeing people's reactions to that. And then the November and December ones are going to blow people out of the water. So it's just.
What one are you referring to?
I'm referring to the Mr. Wardle one.
Oh yeah. Well, that's been a couple of years in.
I think longer than that. I think because you bought it.
Well, I bought the rights 10 years ago.
Yeah, And
These
then,
have
and
actually
then,
been ready for 2 years, I think.
can we tell them the story about he showed it to you and you said, "Oh, I'll buy that," and he said,
Yeah. So basically, AlakazamMagicUK, Magic, we sponsor the J-Day, which is the Magic Circle Young Magicians Club Day. We sponsor one of the trophies for one of their competitions. And I was judging it one year, and another judge on the panel was Chris Wardle. And Chris said, "Oh, Peter, can I show you something later on if you've got time?" And I said, yeah, of course. And Chris is a really clever guy, really clever
"Yeah,
guy.
very clever."
So I said, yeah, of course. And we didn't really get a chance because it was so busy that day and everything else. And he said, "Oh, no, that's right. It wasn't on it was when we were doing it over Zoom. It was the beginning of lockdown. We were doing it over Zoom. That's why we didn't have the chance for him to show me." And then he said, "Can I give you a call tomorrow?" So he gave me a call. He said, "Look, I want to show you something. Let me know what you think." And he showed me it. And I went, "Oh my God, I absolutely love that." And I said, "Are you thinking of selling the rights?" He said, "No, I can't sell the rights." I went, "That's a shame. I would have bought them." And he said, "Well, the reason I can't sell the rights is because you already bought them 12 years ago or whatever it was." So I've owned this trick, and a lot of these things, we own the rights to a lot of tricks that have never seen the light of day. Unfortunately, for one reason or another, they just didn't come out. And a really nice thing at the moment is Harry is going through a lot of our back catalogue and looking at stuff that has been out, stuff that hasn't been out, and re-looking at it and refocusing our attention on these things. And we look at each effect and see, is it something that would sit right in the era we're in now, like, you know, the props used, and if it's something that uses, if it's something I bought 20 years ago and no one uses this prop anymore, can we modernise it? Can we re-look at it? Can we change the handling? Can we do this? So we're re-looking at a lot of our older back catalogue as well. So you're going to see some of our classics reborn, really.
Yeah, lovely.
Reborn, which is something we're really excited about, because I still honestly think Alakazam's got one of the strongest back catalogues out of any magic company out there, without a doubt.
Yeah.
We've got so many strong effects that haven't been out for years.
And what's really nice is, I mean, again, I know it's a bit personal to me, but like looking at Look Sharp and looking at the ones coming out in August and stuff like that, without naming it, we don't just re-release it. We don't just go, "Oh, here it is in a nice new shiny box." A lot of thought goes into additional ideas and presentations and giving them something that they wouldn't have got if they bought it before. So they're getting a lot more for their money. You know, they're getting the classic routine, but they're also getting the alpha routine. You know, they're getting the full package. Yeah. And like you say, stuff that maybe wasn't possible back then because the technology wasn't there to make them. You know, like with my Look Sharp, we did the anniversary edition, which would have been a lot more difficult to do back then. And back when we first released it, you only got 2 cards because they were so expensive to make. Now they get a full deck of them because they're a lot more commercial and it's a lot easier to get that done, which means that they're getting a lot more for their money and more performance. And it's, you know, so it's not just we're just banging out old stuff for the sake of it. A lot of thought goes into it behind the scenes and a lot of creativity and putting the ideas together to make it happen. Which is great and good for us as well, because we get to look at old stuff and go, well, what can we do to this? Oh, okay, let's do that. And it's
and we're only looking at, you know, in our schedule, releasing maybe or re-releasing maybe 3 classic effects during the year. Our aim is always bringing new magic to the table. And we got some great projects. The other thing that I'm really proud of, and I know, you know, for me, Harry's had a big part of this, is making our range more eclectic, you know, rather than just being specially printed cards, even though that they're great because all the tricks are different, whether they're using ESP cards or cards with pictures on them or this, that and the other, to look at effects that are slightly, or would have been, out of our remit. And it's not something that you would look at Alakazam and go, "Oh, this is an Alakazam product." But now, and Craig Petty has said this, he said like a few years ago you would go, oh okay, that's an Alakazam, you can say that's got Alakazam written all over it. But now he said you can't say that because we're bringing out so much different stuff, really, like hard stretch, like the coin stuff of Craig's, that you can't just go Alakazam do this style of magic. You can't do that anymore because we bring out everything. And that's really exciting for us as well.
Well, it shows that the company has grown in itself.
Yeah.
You know, it's yeah.
Yeah. And there's a few sort of pro stage routines coming out. The first one we hit with was Bane. And we've got a great chair test by Nicholas Mavresis as well. Which is in the works as we speak. That won't be out till next year, maybe first or second quarter of next year. But that's a great chair test, and it's one of those things that pack small. I know it's a you know cliche, but pack small plays big. It will fit in your close-up case. Yet you could get 5 people up on stage and blow a whole room full of people away with it. So yeah, that's happening. Right.
Well, you need to go because you've got a meeting at 1:15.
Yes, I have. Right. So, everyone, thank you so much for joining us this week. And once again, thank you so much for supporting Alakazam. We've seen a big shift in the company with regards to, especially to our American friends. We're getting more and more American customers on a daily basis. Remember, we now ship from the US as well. So we're really pleased about that. And obviously our new members of the Alaka fam here in the UK as well that have joined us either by, you know, finding this live somewhere or following Harry on our socials. Just welcome to the family. We're really pleased you're here, and thank you for supporting us, because without you guys, we say it every week, but without you guys we wouldn't be here. So
Well, we'd be chatting to each other.
Yeah, which would still be fun. Not as much fun, but it'll be fun. John says, I'm from Canada. John, we've heard from our Canadian customers that it's better for us to ship from the UK than our US office. It makes no sense to me, but that's what we've been told by our Canadian customers. So if an order comes in from you, John, we will ship them from here, the UK. It's something to do with the customs or something, but it's supposed to be easier to get it through us than it is from our USA warehouse. So anyway, guys, I've got to shoot. Wayne's got stuff to do. Have you eaten all your sushi?
No, I've got a little bit left of the fish for later, but I've got my new car's on the way, so I need to get ready for that. Nice.
Right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next time right here on the Alakazam Live. I'm going to leave you once again with, let's go with the tunnel.
Yes, I was going to say the Harry one.
Yeah, let's go.
See you soon.
What you're about to see is impossible, okay? I've got a tube here with a hole all the way through the middle. You can see it there. And we've got some coins. Now, obviously, the coins are small enough so they fit all the way through the tube and come out the other side. Now, the tube breaks apart into 2 pieces with magnets on this side to keep them attached. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a solid piece of card in between the 2 parts of the tube, essentially blocking the passageway all the way through. And for this, we need 3 coins. 3 American coins, 1, 2, and 3. What's going to happen is they're going to pass somehow through the solid piece of card. Come in closer, you can see they're trapped by the card, okay? They're absolutely trapped. But this is what blows my mind, all right? 1, 2, 3. The power of the snap, all right? People don't believe it, but it's real. All I have to do is snap my fingers just like that, and 1 coin. Only 1 coin should melt all the way through the piece of card. It's really cool. We'll do it again. Look, 2 coins. 1, 2. 1 snap just like this. And of course, it will melt all the way through the piece of paper again. It's honestly so baffling. Now, the last one, you know what's going to happen this time. Look, 1, 2 coins. Nothing happens yet until I snap. Check this out. I'll take it like this. I'll throw and a snap. And that should be enough time to make it fall through the card. And of course, you can check out everything. It's unbelievable.